Alright guys, let's do something fun here, and let's walk through the day together, candle by candle. So it's shift and right arrow to advance. Alright, we got a potential break level there. 1 candle clearance, 2 candle clearances. I'm going to move this over here. So that's technically a break level. Now, it's a weak break level. Why? Because we don't have a front side or a back side. But let's just mark it because it got 2 candle clearance. Okay, and there's your touch bounce on that level with a continual move. Now, you may not actually want to take this trade just here at the very beginning, and I understand. You might want to see how things shake out, but we're just marking these as they occur. That would be marked according to our strategy. That's a 2 candle peak and a 2 candle clearance, right? So that counts. Nothing was left behind. Oops, 8-point candle. So what do we do here? We stop trading until it bounces off 2 levels. So we ignore everything until we feel like it bounces off 2 levels. Now, this is actually the trade Johnny took here. You had this front side, and you had this against VWAP. If it bounces here, I would count that as the first bounce. And there's the first bounce. Okay? Now, you might have this front side marked here, but because of the 8-point candle rule, we do not take it. And you go, ooh. And then you go, ooh. Because we're in the sea of 8-point candle. Well, not a sea of 8-point candles. But when we see these 8-point candles, I have learned to wait till 2 bounces occur. That saved you from a loser. Okay, now I'm thinking, what did it leave behind? Well, we got another break level here. And I've got a front side here. You can go off the wick or the bodies. Let's just do the bodies. Let's be a little picky. You got a backside here, wick. Or if you want to do the body, you can do the body. So let's mark both of those and let's just see how they play out, okay? Let's see how they play out. Let me turn on that tool so I'm more exact. Okay. All right, so 2 candle clearance. We're there. Okay. So that could be an entry if you're going to play off the wick. If you're going to play off the base, you wouldn't be in it. And now your stop, in my opinion, would be at break even. Depending on how you want to play that. So this backside is the one that worked. When the wick is tested, the body is also tested. So we're going to measure this off the wick. Okay. We leaving anything behind? Well, now at this point, you would have this as a break level. Because you have 2 candle clearance, right? And there is our strong level. Now, I know we're just marking 3-minute levels, but we also need to realize this is the bottom of the range, the very bottom of the range. It's my strong level, and so price is most likely going to bounce from here. Anytime we have a strong level, or a 30-minute or higher, you want to give that a 15 to 25 point bounce. Do you want to take the very first short that exists when it bounces off a high time frame level? I'm going to tell you not to do it. However, you do have a backside here, right here. So let's mark this. Sorry, my phone's going off. So let's mark that. You do have 2 candle clearance. They're in a fair value gap. So we're going to judge this trade. So right here we would consider it tested. I don't know if you would have been in that trade or not, but that's tested. It's within 2 ticks. Let's just see what the next candle brings us. So you may or may not have been in that trade. You could mark it if you wanted to. I wouldn't have marked it. I'm not going to mark it because I wouldn't have taken this trade. Why? Because we're bouncing off this high time frame level, and you have to be aware of those things. But note that you would have been safe if you did take it, but you'd have had to front run it by 2 or 3 ticks There's no way I'm front running that 2 or 3 ticks. There's just no way. I'm not taking that trade. Okay, and there is that. That is within definitely 2 ticks of that. If you were going to take that short, which I certainly wouldn't be taking that short, why? The high time frame level. You got to give that thing room to move. It's the bottom of the range, so I'm not taking any of these shorts. In fact, on this short that Johnny took here, we were managing his trade here, and we were talking about it all, which kind of made me miss a long, but that's okay. But that break level is there, and you were given the gift of break even if you took that trade. I'm going to mark it, but I certainly wouldn't take it. And if you were going to take this trade, you know where you want to take it? You want to take it off the wick. Just be as greedy as possible. If this is a high time frame level, price is going up, and you want to take this short with 2 fair value gap candles coming in your face, be careful. Go the greediest possible, which would be the latter point. And that makes more sense to me. Now, we've left this front side down here, so I'm going to mark that. All right, so let's go. Okay, now we have definitely entered into the New York lunch type of not interested in trading. And there's that trade. That would be your entry there. Let's draw this out here to here. This. Perfect. So you would have made a couple 3 points there for sure. Did we leave anything behind? Anything that I would want to mark? The answer is no. Absolutely nothing. I wouldn't even mark this as a break level down here. I don't like all of these This is not a clean, clear, crisp break level to me. I'm not really interested in trading that. All right, let's hit this. Still nothing to draw. Well, I guess this would be a break level. You got a 2 candle peak, and you have 2 candle clearance. Okay, so right there you were given the gift of break even if you wanted to take it. So I'm going to mark that. I don't play with when price goes against me and it comes back. I don't play. Why? I want this. Here, let's talk about that 1 second. So let's talk about a couple things here. Number one, are we going short up here or are we going short down here? Tough place to be going short. Similar to this. We're going short under half back. Under half the RTH range. That's a tough place to be wanting to go short. But we're going to mark it anyway. And if you're going to take that, you should take it off the ladder point. So it came up, touched, went to the profit a little. So you had a couple opportunities to get out at break even. I recommend taking those break evens. What was left behind? Here. Okay, that was left behind. I can't count this as a break level because this is nothing more than a test of this ugly break level, in my opinion, so I'm not going to count this as a break level. I would trade the front side, and you kind of got a not the strongest break level as a backup, but you're also at the bottom of the range, so I like this front side. Not in love with these break level shorts under half back. Not really in love with those. All right, let's keep going. Boy, you get really bored watching this. Okay, so if you were going to take the wick, you'd be in it. Let me just hit the next one. Ooh. So let's talk about a couple things. If you take the wick, where's your ideal stop loss? Well, it's 5 points to there, and if you do 2 points, that's a 7-point stop loss. If you move this to the body, now you'd be at 5.25 as an ideal stop loss. But not if we go by the ladder point. So hold on. So let me go back here. If we go off here and you're going to go 2 points above there, do you want to take a trade with an 8.5 point stop loss, 8.25 point stop loss? Or you could say, I'm going to be a little greedier. I'm going to go for the body, which is now 6.75. You might want to say, well, I'm just going to do 6 because it is just past that. So maybe you would want to trade just the body and not the wick in this case. So you're in the trade. You took some heat. It's now in the profit. And it came back and just gave you the gift of break even. My opinion. The gift of break even. Depending on how you do your brackets or whatnot, you might have made a little bit. Let's see. How far did that go down? Okay, so if you did brackets at 1 and 3, you took one off at 1 point, and then the other ones were break even. It's that kind of slop and chop day, right? So let's come in here. Let's do it off the body. And there's that entry. Okay. Now, if you got this trade that like Johnny got and you had this 20-point move, just be done trading for the day. Plus, this is all New York lunch, right? And FOMC notes are going to be coming out here at this level right here. So let's mark that. Let's put that in red because you want to know that that's coming up. All right, so let's keep going. I don't survive these type of entries. I would have already been out at break even for sure. Done. No, thank you. All right, let's stop here. What do we have here? Do we have this? This is a backside. I'd probably count it here. I like how it's off the body. So right there, I would want to enter long. Let's see how this trade works out. Okay, you're in the profit. You took off, let's see how much of a bounce this is so far. Okay, pretty good. You're like, finally, I get a touch and go. Comes back and gets your runner, maybe. And then you're right here at the FOMC. If there's anything you want to be out of your trade, you want to be out. You got to know when that red folder event's coming out, and just like, I am staying out of the way. Okay. Let's hit here. 8-point candle, 8-point candle. 8-point candle. This is when I remarked in the group, I'm out, I'm done trading for the day. But let's do notice that there's no way I would take it. But that actually worked out pretty well. Your break level, it just grabbed a little bit of liquidity from this. I would call it just a weak break level because it's kind of a test of this. Not in love. But it is the bottom of a huge range. But I'm not taking that with 8-point candles, so it doesn't really matter. But it's nice to see that it bounced, isn't it? All right. Another 8-point candle. What do we do with 8-point candles? You got to wait till it bounces off 2 newly created levels. Another 8-point candle. Just be done trading. Don't trade in this. Just be done. I'm out. I'm out. All right, so there's that break level. That worked out, but I'm not taking it. So there's your first bounce. I would count that. And then there's your second bounce. Nothing's clean though. I don't know. You didn't have 2 candle clearance here for that to be your backside. I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't be trading it. So if you don't like it, don't trade it. All right, pushes down. I don't have any level on here. And once again, I would just be out. I'd be like, you know what? I don't have any levels. I remember watching this right here going, okay, if it came back to here, would I take this short? Yeah, I was going to take it, but it didn't happen. And you're left with nothing, so that kind of ends the day. So look at that. 8-point candle, 8-point candle. Yeah, I'm out. So that is a play-by-play analysis of the day. I hope you enjoyed it.
Stay green, my friends, and to learn more about our group, go to microstrader.com.